All right, folks, it's January 21st, 2025. We're only 24 hours into this next Trump administration, the most pro-crypto Congress that we've ever had. XRP's already holding up really well, but I'm going to be talking about the breakout towards $10 in today's update with you guys. Now, I am back from Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. I will be updating you guys on that in a separate video, but we're back in the office here today, and we got to focus on America, and we got to take a look here at XRP to get us caught up to speed. A lot to cover. I'm going to try to move through it quickly. If you appreciate what we're doing, you guys know how you can help me out, and you also got the quick links down below for all of our community resources. This is one of the things that I'm most excited about with Trump being back in. Whether you love the guy or hate the guy, he shows up for the American people every single day, and he takes questions from the press every single day, and I love to see it. Reporter here asking Trump about the New Jersey drones. He says, I would like to find out what it is and tell the people. In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Why don't we find out immediately? So he turns to his chief of staff and says, let's get on it right away. And I'm just using this as an example. This is him yesterday signing many executive orders, and he's already getting back to work. But what I love to see most about Trump here is that he shows up to take questions from the press. Unlike Biden, unlike any other president that we've seen before, showing up every single day to at least answer on behalf of the American people. Absolutely love to see it. And I'm not going to get into the executive orders and all that. The inauguration, everything was beautiful. And I just want to make one point. If you really were expecting Trump to mention Bitcoin in his inaugural address here, I think that you might have to take a step back and reflect for a moment on our expectations here in the cryptocurrency space, and specifically Bitcoin. And I know that this is going to make some of the Bitcoin guys mad, but let's be honest with ourselves. Bitcoin does not solve one single problem that America faces right now. There is nothing that Bitcoin can do to solve or address any of the many issues that our country faces. And so check yourself. If you really were expecting Trump to mention Bitcoin yesterday, it's an absolute joke to actually have that expectation, in my opinion. Jacob King on that thread, he says, you may have come across new claims that the United States is introducing bills to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve, right? And many of the Bitcoin maxis saying that this is already a done deal. This is entirely false. Distorted by the lying Bitcoin maximalist, all of the bills refer broadly to digital assets and make minimal, if any, mention of Bitcoin specifically. It's clear that these states are far more likely to prioritize holding US-based cryptocurrencies like XRP, yet maximalists can't handle this reality. If you want case in point example, Utah just introduced a bill that will give the state then authority to invest in digital assets. This bill opens a pathway for Utah to invest in Bitcoin and other digital assets. So Cointelelie, doing what all these guys have been doing, right? It's all about Bitcoin, Bitcoin first. And that's fine. I have nothing wrong with Bitcoin. Once again, you own Bitcoin, great. I want Bitcoin to go up too. Fantastic. Do I think that it's the best option for a strategic reserve? Absolutely not. Do I think that it solves any problem for America? Absolutely not. Let me know in the comments down below how I'm wrong. But one thing that we should agree on is that the media, the Bitcoin maxis have come up with these narratives that it's going to be Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. And we've seen this reporting in the past when other countries have adopted digital assets and passed legislation, and Bitcoin Magazine and all these outlets come out and say, oh, this nation's now accepting Bitcoin. And it's like, no, they're accepting all digital assets, just like Utah right here. Cointelelie putting the spin on it there right at the end. The pathway to invest in Bitcoin and other digital assets. And don't you dare mention XRP as a strategic reserve. You might make these guys really lose their mind. Now, Dom, Trader View, giving us the update. This is the total, right? Total cryptocurrency market cap after the last two inaugurations. Is this time different? Absolutely not. We've just elected the most pro-crypto president ever, most pro-Congress. And you see on these charts, 2017 inauguration, a little bit of consolidation and a sell-off. Same thing in 2021, a little bit of a sell-off consolidation before blasting off in both scenarios. I'm expecting the same exact thing to take place, and we deserve for the market to go back down yesterday because the expectation that when we face all of these problems, to really think that Trump was going to come out and say Bitcoin in the inaugural address yesterday, this is why I say that sometimes our crypto space deserves to be punished. We deserve to be smacked yesterday with an expectation that he was going to mention Bitcoin yesterday, and literally traders are trading based off of that expectation, they deserve to get a little dose of reality. Now, once again, moving on forward to show you further proof that it's not just Bitcoin, it's not just Ethereum. We got ETFs now being filed for Trump Coin, Bonk Coin, and Dogecoin. Also, ETFs for Bitcoin, Ether, Solana, and XRP. This is from Rex Osprey. So additional ETF filings we saw last Friday. There was 4 ETFs for XRP that were filed, right? So now we've seen there was 4 spot XRP ETFs. The 4 that were issued on Friday were an additional 4 that were inverse, go short, go long, a couple different ways to leverage your XRP bets. And so here today, we have another XRP ETF on the way. So very quickly, we're going to be at, over a dozen XRP ETFs that have been filed so far. And so we'll be watching to see when those go live later this year. And if you guys caught my update, XRP market cap myth exposed with the most recent whiteboard video that I did, we ran with the JP Morgan assumption that we were going to have 8 billion of inflows into the XRP ETF. At the current market cap multiplier that we're observing, you're going to see XRP grow by about $1.7 trillion in market cap, and you'd be looking at about a $30 XRP if that dynamic stayed intact, and we did get that 8 billion of inflows. Now, I think that was a conservative assumption from JP Morgan. I think that we could see more, but even running with, 8 to 10 billion, you're talking about XRP well above 20 and 30 bucks. So as I titled this episode here today, the breakout towards 10 bucks, the ETFs are definitely going to be a part of that. We'll be covering that more here later. Ethereum. Here's the Ethereum update. And once again, I want to celebrate. I want all, that rising tide to lift all boats. And I swear, guys, I'm not trying to FUD Bitcoin. I'm not trying to FUD Ethereum, but these guys are doing it on their own. Here's the update from Vitalik. He says, no, this is not how the game works. The person deciding that the new Ethereum Foundation leadership team is me. One of the goals of the ongoing reform is to give the Ethereum Foundation a proper board. But until that happens, it's me and Vitalik alone. If you keep the pressure on, then you are creating an environment that is actively toxic to top talent. Some of Ethereum's best devs have been messaging me recently, expressing their disgust with the social media environment that people like you are creating. You are making my job harder, and you are decreasing the chance that I have an interest whatsoever in doing what you want. Milady, shout out to Milady on the XRP ledger, another one of the memes. What is going on? So like I said, I'm not trying to FUD Ethereum. It's the developers coming out of the woodworks to say that they're shutting down their validators because it no longer scales and the incentives don't work for them, right? It's additional validators coming out and saying that we have a problem with the storage, right? What do they call it? Blob space? I forget what they call it. It's some term, blob or something on Ethereum, which is basically their storage, and they're running out of storage. They're not scaling. Ethereum can't scale, and it goes further. Now the Ethereum Foundation is getting a revamp, and remember, the Ethereum Foundation is what's supposed to help make Ethereum decentralized, right? You're not relying on one company. You're not relying on consensus. You got an Ethereum Foundation that is helping to, drive innovation in the ecosystem forward through governance that is decentralized at the foundation. Vitalik's coming out here today and just saying outright, no, it is up to me and me alone. Somebody, please explain to me how this is decentralized. And for the love of God, please explain to me why you are still holding a bag of Ethereum when all of this is taking place. Because, it's been one of the worst performers in the cryptocurrency space since Trump has been elected. Bitcoin's gone up more than Ethereum. XRP and XLM have blown past Bitcoin and Ethereum. But Ethereum is just lagging, and it's not scaling. Validators are dropping off. Incentives aren't there. And now the Ethereum Foundation doesn't even have a board. It's Vitalik, the booger picking kid. That's your Ethereum Foundation. I swear to God, I'm not trying to FUD, but they're doing it to themselves. Holy cow. It's getting crazy out there. So pick your fighter. While we're picking boogers and doing rap songs and figuring out a new Ethereum Foundation, Ripple is taking over DC. Choose your fighter wisely. This is Ripple right here running ad campaigns on buildings across DC. Obviously, Brad Garlinghouse and Stu at the inaugural crypto ball, meeting with JD Vance, meeting with Trump, and representing us very well there in DC. Now, furthermore, we got comments here today from Bank of America CEO Brian Mahogany. I forget how to pronounce his last name. But Brian commenting that they're ready to go into digital assets as soon as they get clarity. Now, Chad Steingraber here reminding us that the Bank of America was ready to go, partnering up with Ripple back here in 2020. They were starting to use Ripple technology and blockchain technology for flows. They were going to start in Mexico with plans to expand over time into Europe, Latin America, the Middle East, and Asia. Bank of America is transacting with Santander, a subsidiary of Madrid-based Banco Santander and one of the most respected banking groups in the world. And Santander is also a Ripple partner as well. So this was in 2020. The first partnership announcements between Bank of America and Ripple actually go all the way back to 2016, though. So in 2020, they'd seen enough, they'd done enough testing, and they were ready to go live and start flowing liquidity using Ripple and the blockchain technology, which we would assume is going to include XRP, right? Now, all of this came about. This was released here, this press release in February of 2020. This was just earlier in the year before the SEC filed that Ripple lawsuit. Now, we also got comments from Bank of America at Swell a couple years ago that they were ready to use XRP for a, quote, competitive advantage after the lawsuit concluded. So we have a partnership that goes all the way back to 2016. We go back to 2020. They're putting out press releases with Ripple announcing that they're going to start moving this cross-border liquidity starting in Mexico, expanding to Europe, Latin America, Asia, Middle East, the whole world. We're going to be using RippleNet for that. That was back in 2020 before this lawsuit dropped. And now here we are in 2025. You got the CEO saying, we're ready to go. I want to throw this out here for you guys. And he says, as soon as we get permission to hold it and use it, we're going to go ahead. How do you get exposure? How do you get an allocation to XRP when you can't legally hold it, but you want to get some? You want to put your name on a little allocation on a little baggie of XRP. How do you do that? You do a pre-allocation contract with Ripple, just like R3 did. Right, something similar, where you got an options contract over a period of time to buy XRP at a certain price, or maybe you can lock in a discount where, hey, we have an option to buy XRP over the next 3 years at any time we can execute. And, where Ripple messed up with R3 is they gave R3 the option to buy 5 billion XRP at less than a penny. That was before XRP went up to $2, $3 during the 2017 bull run. So that deal fell apart. And so going forward, maybe Ripple could structure a deal where it's, hey, you can get exposure to 1 billion XRP. You can execute that at a 10 to or 20% discount from the average traded price that day or something like that, right? That would allow Ripple to sell off the allocation of XRP at a slight discount to their partner, but they wouldn't be locked in at a set price before XRP shoots up to double digits and beyond. So that's just one way, that allocation could be written up. But I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you think that Bank of America has an allocation of XRP set aside for them? Because that's the only way that I see that someone could get exposure to these assets before having the legal ability to do so. And how do you make these partners comfortable with that allocation? You lock it up in an escrow where you can tell them, hey, we can't access it. You can't access it. You can't hold it. But you don't necessarily want to trust us to just hold 5 billion XRP on the side for you. So we got this escrow that gets released. And so we can start to drip to you every single month. You want 500 million XRP, you want 200 million XRP, whatever the number may be. And over the course of a few years, you're going to get your allocation or your allotment of 5 billion XRP. And that's how Ripple can facilitate that for partners like Bank of America. But I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you think that Bank of America has an allotment or an allocation set aside for them? Let me know in the comments. Another major milestone for XRP just got achieved, 6 million active accounts and counting. So we have 6 million wallets on the XRP ledger. Love to see it. A lot of development, a lot of DeFi. I'll be talking about that in a separate update. Cassie trades with the update here on XRP going to $10 and beyond. As I titled this episode, the XRP breakout to $10. Here's the breakdown. XRP playing out as expected. Over the weekend, XRP performed exactly as anticipated, reaching the 382 retracement level. On Binance, the deepest low was $2.83, and it's incredible to see how pivotal this level turned out to be. Take a close look at the candle bodies. While there's a wick lower, the close ultimately respected the 382 retracement, with the heart eyes emoji. Love to see it. From here, we're expecting a push towards a new high, with the $3.80 area being the next major target. This aligns with the previous all-time highs seen on other exchanges as well. Now, we have exciting times ahead. Remember, this will be new territory on Binance. These levels have never been printed or tested before. And look at this. This is what you've been waiting for. I am not expecting much resistance before breaking towards double digits. That's from Cassie Trades. Guys, check this out. Here's the full chart. That 382 retracement. And this is the same level that we went to back here when the SEC filed their appeal, right? When they filed the appeal brief, that's when XRP went back down to about 287, 290, depending on your exchange. That's the exact same level that we just traded to over the weekend. A little bit of a pullback after the inauguration as well. But she has us moving up here to these fib levels up here, this extension on the fifth wave, taking us up 360 to 380. And it looks like she has that happening this month. So this month, as I predicted, XRP is going to achieve a new all-time high. Looks like that's matching up with Cassie Trades, but she says that there's not going to be much resistance there. She says, quote, I am not expecting much resistance before breaking towards double digits. Now, what we're seeing on the XRP chart is just lovely. Absolutely lovely. I know folks, false expectations, expecting Trump to mention Bitcoin, expecting crypto to pump. As soon as he takes office, he's going to sign a crypto executive order first. Guys, we won't have a country if we don't solve some of these other issues before we get to a crypto executive order. Just chill, okay? Buy the dip or just, sit on your hands, enjoy the moment. Let's celebrate the fact that we're saving our country and we're going to lead humanity back to a level playing field. Let's celebrate that fact before we cry about our bag being down 5%. Grow up, put your big boy pants on and strap in because this thing's about to take off. Look at this chart. You see the support back down here, like you said, 283, clean it up. Little inauguration drop down here to about $3. Okay, right? The newbies are crying. Well, you better strap in if you're new here because we're about to go for a ride, folks. This is another bull flag that's being printed before we break out. XRP up to $3.23 here this morning. It is looking so strong. So I hope you guys are prepared. I know that I've been looking at my XRP exit strategy, reevaluating it after considering my market cap multiplier and just how easy it's actually going to be to go up towards 10, 20, and even $30 XRP. That's right. I'm not going to hang my hat on a $30 XRP this bull run this year, but I'm telling you right now, double digits, it's in the cards, and it's actually looking very, very likely. So prepare yourself accordingly. Let's go save our country. Let's restore the republic. Let's lead humanity back to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on a level playing field. So help us, God. God bless all of you guys. I'll see you in the next update. Quick links down below. Everything is ZachRector.com. New merch dropping later this week too. Make sure you check that out. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.